joint account or separate account? What is the best? We are here to tell you that doesn't matter if it's joint or if it's separate. We talk about this in our video that Val made. So if you haven't watched it yet, I just put the link in the comments. So we recommend you to watch it, because there is how we explain how we manage our money. And what we mean with it doesn't matter, because there is a big problem that nobody is touching. This is just a small thing, joint account or separate account. We are focusing in the small issue. It's a tiny thing, but there is a bigger picture behind it, and nobody talks about it. What that means is that doesn't matter where you put your money on, in which pocket, if you don't trust each other, if you are not managing your money together, that's the problem. The problem is that as a couple, you are not thinking as a team. And it can happen even if you have joint account. It can happen that you are not talking about money, you are not doing things together. Because one thing is to say, okay, we put all the money in there and we pay the bills. But that's not life. That's not life. We are not here to live just to pay the bills and go get income to pay the next bills. That's not why we get married. We get married in the first place because we love each other and we see each other in the future, and we have a vision, and we have this big dream to fulfill ourselves, our love, and grow together. And that's the big issue, that somehow we get lost. And then we start getting focused on the duties and the duties instead of on the vision that you have as a couple. And that's the big problem. That's the big problem that we see.
Yeah, and what happens that people, when they're looking at, okay, should we get a separate account? And why do they get a separate account? Because, okay, I don't trust my partner because my partner overspent. So when we had joint account, we were seeing that our money was disappearing. She was spending on jewelry, on shoes, so I cannot trust her. So what we decided to do? We decided to do not joint account, we decided to do separate accounts. So now we put in money into the pool to pay our bills, like roommates. But then you do with your money whatever you want. I will do with my money whatever I want. And then you see, hey, that solved the problem. Now we have the money to pay everything. And if she gets in debt, not my problem. But let me ask you, when you got married, when you proposed to your loved one, was that your vision of your life that did you see yourself not trusting the person you love? Did you see not having the back of the person that you love? I want to know that when something bad gonna happen to me, I want to know that she's there. I want to know when something amazing gonna happen to me, I want to know that she is there. So that's me going into a marriage. And if you got to the point that it's, okay, I don't trust this person anymore. So what do you have to do? I know it's gonna sound crazy and something you probably never heard before. You need to talk to that person. You need to tell that person what's the problem that you have, what's the issue that you have. And just to make your accounts separate, where does it bring you? That's what your vows were when you get married, and you say in sickness, in health, in whatever it is, whatever you promised this person that you love. So why can't we just sit and talk and fix this? So if you're watching and you have these trust issues in your partner, if it's money or any other thing, you need to go and talk about it. Yeah. You need to fix it and not look at this small solution. What should we better do? Should we do joint or we should do separate? It's a much bigger problem if that's where you think. Yeah. What we are thinking, that it's joint on separate, only what makes sense. And in our video that we made, we do separate only because it makes sense, because each of us need to keep the financial identity.
That's the only reason why we do it. Because we, like the banks, don't care if we love each other, if we promise each other stay forever together, or we trust each other. They don't care. They are financial institutions. They don't care. What they care, what's your name, what's your social ID, whatever. Do you have money, and how is your credit score? That's what they care about, and that's their business. So we as people need to be ready for that and say, okay, this is how the system works. That's how we will present ourselves. So then we will have the best advantage from that system. So in the case that happened to us, when we were not even married yet, and we already have everything together, everything. And I said, well, I will cancel my credit card because I'm not using it. So whatever. We were 29, 20.
Some long time ago. 28, 29, something like that.
And I said, I will cancel it. Nobody told me nothing. We were just learning how to manage this life, because back home, we were not even able to get a credit card. It was like...
just open a bank account. It was a serious issue.
Yeah, it's not that easy like it's in Canada or in the States. So I said I will cancel it because I don't want to have something that I'm not using. And then when we were looking after some years, and we were looking at our first condo that we bought, and we said, okay, credit score. And we were like, we'll have super good credit score. And then I realized that I was nobody anymore. Even though I had credit card before and I had an identity, because I canceled my financial tools, I disappeared from the system. So thanks to his credit score, we could get a mortgage. But
it was very close. Like the amount I was making was very low at the time, and to get the mortgage, we got lucky by like 1%.
Yeah.
If it's gonna break or make this deal. So, but if she would have her credit, it would be a no-brainer for the bank. Oh, yeah. Of course you can get that mortgage. But on one person, it was extremely difficult, and we are lucky that we learned at that point.
Yeah.
And we still were able to get the property that we wanted. But at that point, we learned that you have to have your own financial identity.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why we have separate accounts that we have to spend on her visa and on my visa some money, so we continue building our financial identity. But that's the only reason. All the rest, we managing our money together.
Yeah.
We maybe sometimes have to split it to different accounts, but she can access the account anytime she wants. I can access the account anytime I want.
And
because
we see
manage
both
together.
Of the accounts. We see both of the credit cards, both of the bank checking accounts, everything. We have access to everything because we trust each other, because we have the same goals, the same vision. And that's the main thing we want you to understand. Doesn't matter how you put your money around. If you don't have the same vision as a couple, it will get super difficult. Everything will be a problem, because here the main thing is trust and be together and be one. Doesn't matter what you believe about. Here we are not talking about religion, nothing like that. We are talking about, I decided to live with him, and I decided to live my life with him forever, because I married him and I love him and I want to be with him until
we can. Until our bodies allow it.
So that's how we see ourselves. And from there, we take decisions, because we know what we are visioning. We are planning for our future. So then every decision we take it together. And if we spend on one thing, we talk about. If we I don't know, like every decision. If we want to save, if we want to get some short loans for some new investments, we all talk about it. We talk about this every day. It's part of our life, and we have like total trust. And he can access my account whenever he wants. I can access to his, and there is no secrecy. He's not hiding anything from me, and I don't hide nothing from him. It's like, I don't know, if you get nervous that your partner will take your phone and look at your Facebook, then there is an issue. There's a bigger issue. Yeah. There is an issue, and you have to. Maybe it's normal because everyone is doing it, but it's not that normal because there is a trust, there is an issue. You are hiding something, and then you have to think about like, why I'm hiding stuff from the person that I want to live my life forever. Why I'm hiding things? Why I have to have my own money? Why I have to have my own, how you say, fun money? I want to have fun with him. and if one day I go with my girlfriends, that I don't have too many girlfriends, if one day I want to do, I don't know, do something for myself, have fun, pay some spa or something like that, he will know it. And he will say, go, please, spend more money if you want. But he will know it. I don't need to have my own money to go and treat myself. How people say, I want to treat myself, so I have my own money. This is ours. And there is no competition on who makes more, or this is your part, this is my part, or here is where we put the money, and from here we will pay our bills. You have to manage your money together. You have to know each other's debt. You have to know each other's savings. You have to know everything, because that's what a relationship is. It's not only about money, it's about everything. And it's the same problem that happened with, should we use cash or should we use credit cards? You know already that we use credit cards, but we don't have debt. And everyone is like, whoa, how do you use credit cards and you don't have debt? Because we pay it. It's just a time, like a week that we use this credit card, and then we pay it. After a week or two, we pay it. And that's it.
And then again, for the example that it's also everybody talking about, what should you use? Should you use cash or should you use credit card? And everybody, no, you should be using cash. Are you crazy? You're going to get in debt. And people that use credit cards, no, what are you, primitive? You're still using cash? But nobody looking at the picture from a step back and seeing, it doesn't matter you use cash or credit card if your habits from you inside of you are not good habits. It doesn't matter what you have.
Yeah.
If you have cash, you're going to spend it. You're going to have zero. If you have a credit card, and you're going to max it out and you're going to be in minus. That's it. So it doesn't matter what you use, it's how you use it. So you need to look at the problem, at the actual problem, not
the big picture.
So that's what we're saying, that the trust, that's where the problem, that's where the issue comes. Should we use in separate accounts or individual or together? What do we do? You need to work on the trust. And you are together, so you need to talk about it. You need to fix it. And if you're sitting at home and you're in this situation, go and talk to your partner.
Yeah.
Go and fix it. Because if you're too scared to start this talk, you might as well should have been staying living with your roommates and spreading your expenses, and that's it.
Yeah.
So.
And we see, like everyone knows, it's something that all the statistics are saying, that money is one of the main issues why people get divorced. But it's not money. The problem is that there is no trust. It's not the money. Money is just a thing that we use to live our life. But the main issue is that there is no trust. And that's the main thing why people get divorced. Because there is no communication, people are hiding things from each other, and they are not trusting. They're not trusting each other. And what I see, my theory is that if I don't trust him, it's because I don't trust myself. Because why I don't trust somebody? Because, I'm spending, so maybe he's spending too, right? And then all these thoughts start coming. Oh yeah, he already spent, he went with his friends to drink beer, so then I'm allowed to go and do my manicure. No, this is not a competition. This is not who do what and who is more in debt. No, you had to be together and you had to talk.